Welcome guys to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Nebula camo grind and my completion of it and how I went for the Dark Journey calling card, which is completing all 33 weapons in the game Nebula, and I'm going to be going through a few tips and tricks that I learned along the way of completing the camo and completing the camo on every single gun. First thing I'm going to say, don't go for the calling card. It's not worth it really, but if you do want to go for it, I recommend skipping the launchers and just going for the DLC weapons because they do count towards the Dark Journey calling card. But if you are going for the mastery camo in every single mode, so multiplayer, warzone, and zombies, you do have to complete the launchers. You cannot use the DLC weapons as of right now because it will lock the calling card for you. So if you are going to be completing the Dark Journey calling card, don't use the launchers unless you plan on going for the other mastery camos as well. I spent a total of roughly 115 hours going for the camo, and this is in between work and school, so it took me a little bit longer than most people to complete it, but zombies was something I wanted to dedicate myself to, and especially I like going for the camo grind every year that there's been a COD Zombies with one. It takes approximately 4 hours per gun in the game. You can optimize it a little bit. There is definitely more available methods now compared to when I first started the camo, and you can get it roughly down to about 2 to 3 hours per gun if you do it at the max efficiency. And honestly, there might be other methods, but I'm going to just tell you about the things I learned and the easiest way to finish the camo from my perspective. So the most time consuming part is easily the first two mastery camos, Golden Viper and Opal. Once you complete these two, the rest is pretty simple and takes about 20 to 30 minutes per weapon to get Afterlife and Nebula. So it's not too bad, it's just the Golden Viper and Opal take a long time. The best way to unlock most of the camos in the game is using directed mode, which I didn't really use because it didn't come out till after I finished Opal already on pretty much every gun. But after using directed mode for Afterlife and some of the DLC weapons I've used it for, it is easily the most efficient method of completing all of the camo challenges. All you have to do for directed mode is just load into a game, get to the first ether canister part of like the quest storyline, and instead of spawning the elite in, just get your crit kills. Just keep killing the zombies, get your headshots, and it'll keep resetting the round over and over. Once you finish a weapon, a Golden Viper, just make sure you go hit the box, switch to the next one, and keep going. It takes a little bit of time, but this is definitely the most efficient method now. When I was doing it, I was just going into Liberty Falls and just going to round like 30 and then ending the game and going again. And it was time consuming. It was about 2.5 hours per gun just for Golden Viper. For Opal, I recommend doing Citadel Day more, loading in, and using the Parasite method to create Doppelgast. So if you haven't played the map much, Doppelgast spawn roughly every 5 rounds after round 10, I believe. And if you have parasites, they can actually turn the zombies into Doppelgast. So if you leave the parasites alive and end up letting them turn into Doppelgast, you can finish the camo relatively fast through that method. Afterlife is basically the same as going for Golden Viper. You just want to stay in directed mode and complete each gun and hit the box to complete the next weapon each time. It takes probably, in my opinion, around 10 minutes per gun to finish Afterlife. It's really not that hard. And so finally, for Nebula, get to the ether canister part of directed mode, and you just want to spawn in the elite enemy. Kill it, make sure you're not near the trap and you don't activate the trap. Just kill them over and over and reset the wave and spawn it in again. And you just have to do that 10 times and then you unlock the Nebula camo on your weapon. Honestly, Nebula is probably the easiest. I think Afterlife and Nebula take around the exact same amount of time, 10 to 15 minutes per weapon. Those are actually the easiest part of the entire camo grind, which is crazy to me because they're the last and the best camos out of it. If you are going to go for the launchers, like you do want to do the base game weapons, like all 33 of them. When you do the launchers, I recommend having a melee weapon that is triple packed and legendary rarity, and just lower the elite's health down to about 1 to 2 shots with the launcher and just kill it with the launcher. You just have to do the final hits with the launcher for it to count as the kill with it. So you just use that method and it takes the same amount of time as any other gun. If I'm being truly honest though, it really isn't worth going for the camo and the calling card unless you like the challenge. I wouldn't recommend going for the Dark Journey calling card at all unless you really want to dedicate time to the game. It doesn't really give you anything. It's a cool calling card, but it doesn't give you very much XP. And if you're not one for completing the Dark Ops challenges and stuff, there's really no need to actually go for it. I recommend if you are going to go for Nebula, just get it on the guns you enjoy playing with and leave it at that. There's no real need to get them on every single gun unless you really want to finish all the challenges. So those are my few tips and tricks to the Nebula camo and the unlock, in my opinion, on the actual challenge and the calling card and how it goes. Thank you for watching. I really hope this helped in case you are going for that grind. And if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. Peace.